Ladies and gentlemen, welcome as always to the Wrestling Society podcast. Today with my two favorite co-hosts, as always, Professor Bear, Clea Clayton, and of course I am Gavin the Blade Hayes. Yeah, we're doing the episode a little early today, mainly because of Revolution that starts at the exact same time that we would have, which I didn't even realize until last night. I was looking at the match card and I was like, "What time does this start?" And I was like, "Oh, damn." But also too, I won't even be home at 7 o'clock. I'll have to be watching on my phone, so kind of had to push it back a little bit. But glad we're all here to do this. This will be our AEW Revolution prediction show as well. We'll be talking about a couple of things as the Ring of Honor. Maybe if we have time, maybe throw in some WrestleMania little stuff in there as well. But tonight is a night we've been waiting for a long time. As we all know, AEW doesn't do their pay-per-views every month. They do it, every other
Quarterly.
Yeah, and I think I like that a lot because it seems like all last year, every single one of them, you get so hyped up for their pay-per-views and they never disappoint, which is crazy. And so I don't think they're going to disappoint tonight. I mean, it's a pretty good match card. It's actually a really good match card if you really look at it. But we're going to get into that in just a little bit. I just want to start off. We're going to start off with Ring of Honor. So Ring of Honor, as we all know, came out Thursday on the Honor Club. If any of y'all out there have been following our podcast, man, we talk about Ring of Honor a lot. We worship Ring of Honor around here because of what it is and what it's done. So when it was announced that they're finally bringing it back as a weekly thing, we were all excited, and they didn't disappoint. I could tell you that much. It was really enjoyable. There's a few moments off. They're going to get better, but being their first episode, it was really enjoyable. Everything worked out really well. They had a good number of matches. Some of them that stuck out, though, that I just really enjoyed. And me and Clayton were talking about it before. Like one of them was the Zack Sabre Jr. versus Blake Christian match was a phenomenal match in my opinion. And then same with the the Josh Woods match. The Josh Woods match versus Takeshita was awesome. You can definitely tell that Ring of Honor has talent there that is going to blow the roof off the place. A lot of people who watch AEW don't even really know about, these stars because they're kind of been, I don't want to say in the back, but you get what I'm saying. So what did you guys think about the show in general? Not just a specific match. Those are just two that kind of stood out to me, but what did y'all think about the match in general?
I'll let you start, Bear.
Well, I'm going to disappoint because I hadn't had a chance to look at it.
Hey,
my week has been kind of hectic, but I did do the spoilers and I did get to see the setup and different things. I went into it not I went into it that it was going to just pick up where the old Ring of Honor left off. And for me, it's the type of wrestling that I like. It reminds me of my days when I was growing up watching the old NWA studio wrestling. And it brings a lot of joy to me. I like the closed settings. That's why I like NXT. You have passionate fans who are really knowledgeable. So that's the type of wrestling I really enjoy. And you get to see a lot of soon-to-be stars, as I like to call them. They may not be known on a national level, but they will be. They're getting their chops. They're learning how to work in front of a camera. and in front of live crowds and the big crowds. So that's why I always like it. It's almost like I know NXT is a quote unquote developmental brand, but it's I don't look at it like that. I look at it as a regional brand where you get to learn, you get to test out things, you get to find out who you are as a character, as a wrestler, as your psychology. And I really enjoy that. And maybe that's me being a old school wrestling fan, but I enjoy it. You get to learn, and then for the wrestlers who are nationally known, who may not be quote unquote getting over, and it's a place where they can go reset, um, learn some new things, and just refresh. So I'm always big into that.
Okay.
Man.
I real quick, Clayton. So, for anybody who hasn't watched it out there, like Bear, go watch it. It was really good, um, and it's fine. You haven't watched it yet. Trust me. But it did it did what it was supposed to, and I believe that's Brady watching us on here. It says he put was hoping for a classic black mat, but other than that, I really enjoy the show. Hey, beggars can't be choosers. Gave gave me NXT black and gold feels, Ring of Honor with proper funds. I like what he said right here. Listen to this. You couldn't have said it any better. Did not feel like AEW Dynamite 2.0. I like that. That is the perfect way to put it. It did not feel like an AEW show. I can guarantee that. I mean, I don't want to say it in the sense of it doesn't seem like it's a different promotion or something, but it doesn't. It's just different, you know. I mean, it really is different, and it's not a Rampage or a Dynamite 2.0. I enjoyed it, and I'm excited for the show to continue and grow, especially with all these talent that you don't see ever on AEW shows. Um, so it'll be nice to really see this show grow and grow, and the pay per views grow with it. It's gonna be a good weekly show. So for the first episode, I give him a lot of credit. Go ahead, Clayton.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great show for sure. Y'all definitely are more knowledgeable of Ring of Honor's history and past than I am compared to what I am. I've seen like, a couple matches here and there, but I wouldn't say that, was able to fall in love with Ring of Honor the way that y'all were back in the day, right? So for me, it was like kind of a new thing to just dive in and like be like, okay, I'm gonna take on watching Ring of Honor's weekly show and seeing what they're about and stuff. And from what I've been hearing you say and Brady and everybody, it's like seems like they did it right. Seems like they did it justice for sure. One thing I love is the whole handshake thing. I think that's really cool personally. Like that's like it's like whatever, we left it all out in the ring. Here it is. I love that. Obviously, with certain storylines like Roman and Cody handshakes and the whole power of the handshake is one thing, but in this setting, I think it works really good. Um, I think they did a great job of the balance of old classic Ring of Honor names and like the new and up and comers. I mean, they started the show with Mark Briscoe, ended the show with Claudio. They had Christopher Daniels in there at some point also, so there's a lot of like old recognizable names and everything from the old Ring of Honor days. But obviously then there was Takeshita, Josh Woods, like you said, which was a phenomenal match. I mean, that match I could barely take my eyes off of. So it was that match was probably my favorite match on the night for sure.
Yeah, that match was really good. I love watching him on Dynamite. And I apologize, everybody. I'm sure if you watch the podcast by now, I suck at pronouncing these names for some of these wrestlers, so I'm gonna put that out there. Ever since he came out, I just call him Taka. Really, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I love Taka. I don't like calling him Sheeta, but Yeah,
There's already a Sheeta.
yeah, and so basically, okay, when he fought Bryan Danielson on Dynamite, oh my gosh, that
Hmm.
sealed the deal for me. I mean, we've all seen that match a couple weeks, almost a month ago now, about a month ago.
Oh
Um, that
man,
that match right there, man, was. If you didn't like him, then she, man. I mean, after watching that match, I know a lot of people fell in love with him, and he didn't disappoint. I'm glad he's on Ring of Honor. That's probably that was my favorite match because of him. I'm glad he's going to be on Ring of Honor. It gives him like his because on Dynamite, you have all these high stars, and he's not. I'm gonna lie, he's not a mid carder, dude. He is not a mid carder, not at all. He is a main eventer. He can be a champion. I'm glad he's on Ring of Honor. Give him that, those top card matches, man, because that guy is. Oh gosh, man, I love watching him. Um, but
well, I hate to interrupt, but man, how can you not mention his match with MJF?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true.
Man,
That's true. I'll give you that. I didn't even that one. The Bryan Danielson one was just so. I think it's the fact that they're so much alike, and so when you take those two technical flying force wrestlers and they just go at it for that long that they did, it's it's just like you know. Um,
man, I could sit here and name off all his match. Him and Brian Cage
yep.
too was beautiful. Which I got to mention Brian Cage because man, he is so underrated. And
Hmm.
that's why before we got on the air, me and Clayton was talking about how glad we are for him to be on Ring of Honor so he can just go. If they would just let him go, he would be a world star.
Yep.
I mean, he would be better than Bobby and better than Brock if they would just let him go.
And
Damn, that's
man,
ooh, that's a statement. I mean,
Man, I mean,
I love
really,
Brian Cage, but like, I mean, better than Bobby Lashley.
man, he's more flexible.
better than
He's
Brock Lesnar.
powerful. Now, and the reason, this is the reason why I say this because not only is he big, he's strong, but he's flexible. He can go. I've seen him wrestle smaller men, and he can go to their type of style. He's wrestled the big man style, of course. He is just so flexible, and he's legitimate. I mean, he's intimidating. If
Mm,
you're not intimidated by Brian Cage, you're smoking something. I mean, really.
Oh gosh. Okay, that's like Clayton said. That's a big statement. I like Brian Cage, but
I want to see him go up against Samoa Joe. I want to
oh
see
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that.
oh yeah, that would be good. But on
Like,
the Ring
start
of
with
Honor
that singles
show,
push.
and see, hopefully he does get that singles push because on the Ring of Honor show, the Embassy match versus Joe Keys, Rex, and LSG, that was actually
Mm.
the worst match in my opinion. It was. I mean, like they didn't even get the Joe LSG and Rex didn't even get their full entrance because it was basically obvious who would win from the beginning because they didn't even get to do their entrance. So yeah, that match wasn't that. It wasn't all that for me.
Yeah.
Um, but
Got to have squash matches too. So it, it,
yeah,
you're gonna have a build, and some people you have to have builds with, and just because the way the embassy has been presented, I can understand why it may have been a squash match. But like we all said, this is just the beginning. So we'll see how it plays out.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's not much to really go into about Ring of Honor. It was their first episode, so there's not really that many deep dive stories to talk about or anything. We just wanted to give a nice little basically recap and what we thought about it. If you haven't watched it, go do us a favor, go watch it. It's not a long show, but it really is a good show. Um, Go watch
I
it.
want to
Honor.
point out real quick, is so the infantry, Sean Dean and Carly Bravo. I want to shout that out because so there's this local promotion like 20 minutes away I go to, like I used to go to pretty frequently. I haven't been in a little bit, but I used to go a lot when I lived up closer to it. And they're actually like they were regular. Carly Bravo still is, from what I remember, everything I've seen in posters and stuff lately. He's still pretty regular there. So it's cool to see, guys that I've seen like and have been second row away from the ring watching, at a local promotion now, stepping into a thing like this. And then I mean even AR Fox, who, I'm pretty sure teaches at a school down the road from me, basically a couple hours down the road. So it's like it's cool to see guys that are like from the area that I live in like shine like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's something that I've posted on my Bear of a Wrestling fan page on Facebook. If you hadn't joined, please do. But man, we need to get out here and support these local um, promotions and these
Yeah.
local wrestlers. Man, you just don't ever know who's going to be the next star, and you can see a lot of guys working. Excuse me, guys and girls working their tails off to learn learn their craft to become bigger and to put on the show. I heard and heard it so many times. Oh, you just wrestled in front of 100 fans. Well, us 100 fans mean a lot, and to get out there and show that you care and we're paying our hard-earned money, it's a it's a thing that you won't understand if you just got brought into the business by nepotism, by your parents or your friends or whatever. I think every wrestler should have to bust their tail in front of local fans to understand and learn the appreciation of wrestling. But that's just my opinion.
Well, one thing that kind of always keeps in my mind and stays in the back of my mind is, 20 fans, 20,000 fans, whatever. It's like to an extent, I kind of have more respect for the people that are out there in front of the 100 less crowd, because like they're out there honing their craft. They're out there doing what they can, no matter who's there, no matter who's showing up, they're doing what they can to better themselves and get to where they want to be. And so it's like there's a lot of respect, to that as opposed to like, just being kind of brought into the business or whatever.
Um,
Yeah.
I wouldn't call that an opinion, Bear. I'd call that a fact. Because I don't know who would disagree with you. I mean, I don't know why I say that because I know there's people out there that do like. But I agree with you, so I call it a fact. But we're like I said, the show though, going back to the show, it was good. We're not gonna deep dive too much into it because it wasn't too crazy of like story or anything. But if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's on Honor Club, or you can just go to some website and illegally stream it. I'm not gonna tell. Um, but yeah, moving on though. We're gonna take a little turn into something a little different. We're gonna be talking about our own promotion for just a second. So as everybody knows on here, on this YouTube channel, actually, if you don't subscribe, go ahead and subscribe right now. We do Proving Ground, our 2K promotion. We do Proving Ground, and then Clayton does Underground, which is basically our version of NXT. And it's a great promotion. If you have not watched any of it, please go back. They're all on YouTube, every single one, starting from the very first pay per view to every Proving Ground and everything. I mean, every Underground, it's all on there. But basically, coming up this Thursday, our Proving Ground episode is going to be replaced. If you have not watched the last Proving Ground episode, we talked about it. But this upcoming Thursday, our Proving Ground episode is going to be replaced with our Backyard Clash, which is going to be awesome. It's going to be at the regular time. I take that back, not the regular time. It's going to be, we moved up 1 hour forward due to Ring of Honor. We don't want to compete with them. But it's going to be at 8 o'clock Central and 9 o'clock Eastern on YouTube. And so it's basically going to be Proving Ground going head to head with Underground, basically. And Underground talent basically trying to show the world that they belong in the Wrestling Society of Proving Ground. So if you have not watched any of the Proving Ground or Underground, please do us a favor, go watch it. It's going to be huge. I'm excited for it because it's something so different than everybody else is doing. I mean, a backyard clash. Come on, I mean that's awesome. It just every time we say it, it reminds me of the old. Why did I just forget the name of that video game? The backyard wrestling
Backyard
video
baseball. Oh,
game.
I was thinking backyard
No,
baseball,
it was
backyard
the
football.
it was the backyard. It was the backyard wrestling. You remember it had Insane
Yeah.
Clown Posse on it.
Austin, yeah. The
You know what I'm talking.
I know exactly. I know, and that's
Man,
what
you
makes
should have
me
it on.
mad,
You
'cause
should have it on video game, man. You gotta get
I
that.
don't yet. I
Oh.
gotta get it. Backyard wrestling.
I think it's
Jesus.
just called backyard wrestling.
It is. It
Okay.
is.
Is it okay? I thought it was called something else, but no, yeah, backyard wrestling with the Insane Clown. Every time we talk about it, that's that's what it reminds me of. But yeah, go do us a favor. Go subscribe to our YouTube so you can actually basically catch, because our stories are great right now. We're having some crazy feuds. We've got this killer something. I don't even know what to call it. I'm not gonna get into that. I don't want to have nightmares. We've got this group called like the Soulless Tribe, and I mean, I don't even want to get into it, but it's so it freaks me out. But our champion right now is Douglas McRae, who finally won after forever. Go watch his story, man. It's crazy. He beat a criminal, and I'm not even going to explain that. Because I know some people who haven't watched it be like, what? He beat a criminal? What? Go watch it. You'll understand what I'm saying. I want you to.
Man, yeah, our story. If you're really a deep wrestling fan who loves storylines, this is for you. Man, it is great action, great storyline driven, and man, I know I can speak for all of us when I say this. We enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
It is just amazing. And once you get into it, you won't be able to stop watching. I promise you that.
You can't, and that's why I'm saying if you haven't watched any of it, now is the perfect time to start, because you could binge watch everything. Shoot, one of our pay-per-views, didn't it get close to like 3.5 hours, or did it hit 3.5 hours, something like that?
I think that was the last one, right? Risk It
Yeah,
All.
Risk It All.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up there.
I mean, Wrestle Forever is right around the corner, and that's probably gonna hit that mark.
Easily.
Yeah, it'll probably get closer to 4. But real talk. I'm just gonna be honest. No bullshit. Look, I'm sorry. I apologize. Pardon my French, but no bullshit. This is like an actual straight up wrestling promotion, man. Our shows weekly are like an hour long. Our pay-per-views are like 2.5+ hours long. They're every single week. We haven't missed one, and we even have our like, you know, I'm having like these brain problems today, man. Our what is NXT
glasses,
considered? What is the NXT considered?
Developmental.
Gosh, man, somebody's gonna, dude. I need a monster or something, man. Okay.
Our tag team division is starting to fire up.
Oh man.
We have, look, as bad as we talk about how the women division get crapped on, we have a real women's division.
That's a good one.
And that is throwing shade at any promotion who feels like I'm talking about you. Yes, I am.
Never, not y'all though. Pretty Empowered. We're never, not y'all though. Y'all are.
I said promotions, not my girls. No, never that.
Shout out to Pretty Empowered though. But also though, I mean seriously, every week we haven't missed an episode. It's the same time every week. You can watch it live right when it comes out on YouTube. You can go binge watch all of that other stuff, and then we commentate on it because we enjoy it so much. And it's just these guys put in so much work, because all me and Bear do is commentate. Okay, we don't do a lot. Bear. I mean, let's be honest, Bear. We don't do a lot.
What are you talking
No,
about?
We don't do a
well,
lot. So I gotta give. Let's just hold on a second. I gotta give credit to where credit's due. Okay. I'll give credit to me and Bear for sitting there and talking smack. Okay. So I'll give us our credit. But real talk though, Clayton and Brady, man, y'all. I don't even know where to begin, man. I mean, every time I see this, every time I sit there and we commentate on this, man, it blows my mind as I'm commentating. It's like, damn, they created that guy, or damn, they made that scene work, or damn, this arena looks great. You know, and it's just like, how, man? And y'all put in the commercials and like the little advertisements at the bottom, and I'm just, dude, it's just mind blowing, man. And the intro, and so shout out to Clayton and Brady, and this, and I, that shout out isn't even like, it can't even actually put into words how much that is just, it's just so impressive. Um, and
and truthful and meaningful
oh
because I
yeah,
mean, me and Blade talk about a lot of different things when we get a chance, and we know how much time both of them put into this, and it's because of the love, and for all of us, I would say, it's the love of wrestling that we do this, and we will continue doing this. Um, we enjoy it, where people don't. There's a lot of people who do work that they hate, but it's to live, and we are so blessed to be able to do this because this is our passion. We enjoy it, and that includes Kevin, Stephanie. We all enjoy this, and we thank you for listening and riding with us and giving us your opinions and giving us, just letting us know feedback, and we enjoy this. So never think that we feel like we're above anybody or below anybody. We're the same as you, and we're just blessed to be able to do it.
indeed. I mean, I love this podcast, but I mean, when it comes to wrestling, I'll do as much as, I can't really to talk about wrestling as much as I can. That's why we do the extra shows and the 2K promotion, because it's all revolving around wrestling. If wrestling didn't exist, none of this would exist. Um, and it's just fun. I mean, that's just the gist of it. It's fun. And I mean, the only thing that comes close to wrestling for me is UFC or Star Wars. So Star Wars is in a bit of a hole right now, and UFC. Hey, UFC's pretty good. Go John Jones. He won last night.
Bro, speaking of real quick with UFC, I saw I didn't realize that at first that it was for a movie, but I saw like the
Oh
Jake
yeah,
Gyllenhaal
Jake
thing and I was
Gyllenhaal.
like, wait,
Yeah,
wait, wait, what?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and then later on I saw it was for a movie and I was like, okay,
yeah.
that makes way more sense.
He's, the old movie Roadhouse. You ever heard of
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
He's remaking that movie,
I
and
don't remember Patrick Swayze being a UFC fighter.
no, neither do I. And Conor McGregor's in the movie too, which is
Oh,
crazy.
true.
Um, yeah, man. I'm not gonna get into UFC because I gotta have a whole story about that. Maybe one day I'll make a UFC sideshow for my UFC fans out there.
Hell yeah.
Um, but no, it's just, man. There's really no words. I mean, if the only way to describe it is if y'all actually go watch it. So y'all just need to go watch it, man. It's a really cool show. Like I said, you can binge watch everything up to right now, this second if you wanted to. Because it's all on there. It's all on our playlist. Go subscribe to our YouTube. Go follow our Facebook page for all the little updates. And then go watch all of our other shows. Clayton has his show coming out. Like if you got memorabilia, keep it on stock because Clayton may want you on here, but you have to be subscribed to us. Sorry, rules are rules. I don't make the rules. And me and Bear show just came out. Our second episode is coming out tomorrow. The B&B show, it's awesome. Brady's show, The Owner, is The Vault, which is, I think it's hilarious. Go watch it. His first episode came out about a week ago. So we're just dropping stuff like crazy. If you like wrestling stuff, it's on here. Trust me. We have more ideas that'll be coming out in the future, but our proving ground is like our pride and joy because of how much effort we put into it and how just different and cool it is. A lot of people do 2K promotions, but I just feel like ours is a little different because of the way it comes out and the stories and our ideas. Like Backyard Clash, I've never seen that on a 2K promotion. Like I said, it's going to be cool. I don't want to say anymore. I just want y'all to go watch it because there's literally no way to put it. You just got to go watch it. And I promise you, this hype isn't built up for nothing because I'm excited to, do the commentary for Backyard Clash because, I mean, it's Backyard Clash. Come on. I mean, what else could you ask for?
Well, shit, in 3 weeks, I'm pretty sure three weeks is Wrestle Forever.
That's
So
gonna be crazy,
Yeah.
man.
got 3 weeks to watch all those episodes.
Yeah, exactly. Get ready for Wrestle Forever. That's our biggest event of the year. It's our WrestleMania, except better than WrestleMania. It's
No Vince.
yeah, that's true. No Vince. That's a good one. It's everything that we have done is leading up to Wrestle Forever. So go watch all of our stuff so you can be ready for Wrestle Forever. Because we have so much stuff out that if you probably were to start today, you'd be finished probably the day Wrestle Forever comes out because we have so much stuff. So go watch our stuff. Get ready for Wrestle Forever. Get ready for Backyard Class this Thursday at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. And after that, every Thursday, our Proving Ground will be at that same time as well because of Ring of Honor. So go ahead and go watch that. It's going to be awesome. But a little turn to the left now. We went to the right. Now we're going to take a little turn to the left. Talk about what this show is about. Well, a lot of people clicked on here. What we've been waiting for a long time. AEW Revolution. This is what I love about AEW pay-per-views, man. I say it all the time. They don't come out every month, and I like that. It gets you hyped. I remember going to AEW in December when it came over to Garland, and they had to sign up for Revolution in March. And I was looking at it, I was like, man, that's a long ways away. It's tonight! That's what's crazy. I was sitting there, and I was like, man, AEW Revolution. I was looking up at sign, I was like, man, March 4th. March 5th. That's a long time. Now it's here. That's what's crazy. So I'm really excited for this tonight. It's a great match card in my opinion. And so we're gonna just kind of deep dive, not too deep, but we're gonna kind of dive into each match. We'll basically talk about our predictions, all that good stuff. So if you're watching this after Revolution came out, sorry if we got some wrong, and if we got some right, we're good like that. So this match card I have is actually okay. Also, too, if you're watching this after this comes out, or if you're watching this right now, don't be disappointed. But actually not apparently, I think no, this is right. This is the exact order of the match card. I have the match card order, so I know what's on from first and last. I have pre-show marked out and everything like that. So there are going to be 2 pre-show matches. And spoiler alert, the 60-minute Iron Man match is not last. Can anybody guess what's last? I have it right here. Can y'all guess?
I gotta say the women's championship. But just based off of your reaction, I don't think it's the women's championship.
It's going to be Moxley and Paige.
Y'all are both wrong.
Jericho Starks.
Nope. That's close. That's the co-main event.
Oh, God.
Don't say it's the final burial.
Yes, sir. It's the final burial.
Oh.
No, it's not.
I swear, dude, I'm not kidding. I'm looking at it right here.
Well, honestly, that makes sense because it's cinematic, so
Yeah,
that does make sense.
That's the last match. But we'll get to that in just a little bit because I got a lot to talk. So you can go ahead and keep your comments in for that one because I know it's funny because I think that's the one we want to talk about the most. That's. I don't know if I agree with that match order or not. That's a little off, but no, this is the exact match card. This is on Bleacher Report because they're the ones who host it. And they actually just uploaded this a couple hours ago saying the match card order. So the 2 pre-show matches, we're going to start for number 1. The first pre-show match is going to be Mark Briscoe and Lucha Brothers versus the Varsity Athletes and Ari. So Yeah, I mean, there's. I feel like it's kind of obvious who's going to win this. The Lucha Brothers already are on top. Um, plus, Mark Brady put no in the comments. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Yeah, so the pre-show matches, there's not much to talk about. I feel like because there's nothing really on the line. I feel like there's nothing too big happening. We could just kind of skim through them though. But Mark Briscoe and Lucha Brothers, I feel like automatic. I mean, automatically they're probably gonna win. I mean, it's the Lucha Brothers, um, and it's Mark Briscoe. Um, any other comments for that first match?
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, there's this match was actually announced not too long ago. Not too long ago at all. Especially adding Mark Briscoe in. So the second pre-show match though is going to be the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio and Wheeler versus the Dark Order, John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Um, I'm actually pretty excited for this match, mainly because I love Wheeler Yuta. I think he's awesome. We don't even. I feel like we don't have to deep dive into this because we were talking about Ring of Honor not too long ago.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this because I love Claudio, and then teaming up with Wheeler Yuta of the Combat Club, both being on Ring of Honor. I mean, come on. I mean, what more could you ask for? Both Ring of Honor champions. Um,
How could you not mention though Johnny Hungies, boy?
oh,
Johnny
Yeah,
Hungies. That's who
yes.
I want to see.
Well, I was gonna say I'm probably gonna upset y'all because I think the Dark Order is gonna get this,
really? Wow.
and I tell you why.
Okay.
I tell you why, because it is a great way of putting them over. They need to start being taken serious, and they'll get them deep into the tag team division where they can be a serious threat. I think they've been. I don't get me wrong. I love their comedy, but it's time for them to put that comedy aside and start being focused for titles. And I think this is the perfect way of doing it. Plus, like you said, it's Yuta and it's Claudio. So if they pull off a big win against them, what's not going to set them up for a title contention? So I'm calling that.
That's a good
I'm
point.
calling it.
I'll give you that. That's a good point. I'm just such a I'm such a Wheeler Yuta fan that it'll be a good fight though, definitely.
Exactly.
It'll be a good fight, so I'll be hyped up for that.
I'm a Yuta fan too. I'm a big Yuta fan.
Clayton, anything else to say about the second pre-show match?
I mean, I personally think Blackpool's gonna win just because if Claudio and Wheeler weren't champions, I could see Dark Order winning for sure. But just the fact that I mean, I don't know, it would almost look bad, I feel like, for starting out Ring of Honor and then two of your champions just lose to Dark Order in a random pre-show tag team match. That just
That's a good point.
yeah, so I don't know, but could go either way.
That's a really good point because if you got people out there who've never seen Ring of Honor, like maybe I should watch it. Oh, these guys are part of Ring of Honor, and then they lose and like, well, there's two of your champions. That's a good point. Um, so moving on to the main show card, the show opener, like I was saying, is the 60-minute Iron Man match between MJF and Bryan Danielson for the AEW World Championship. As everybody knows, MJF has been throwing opponents at Bryan Danielson for the past however long it's been now. And Bryan Danielson has been just beating them because he's Bryan Danielson. So this match was announced quite a while ago. A lot of people thought this was going to be last, but they're throwing it on first. Just throwing it right out of the gun. So this makes me feel different types of ways because I understand. There's different ways to look at it. Some people you could look at it as 60-minute Iron Man match, like Clayton, you were saying before we went on air. Oh, I've got time to wait until I watch the show until like 10 minutes before the Iron Man match ends. Um, or AEW's looking at it as you don't want to throw all these matches on them, and then when people are tired, they give them a last hour
Yeah,
of a match,
true.
a full hour of a match, and people are like, "Oh, this is so boring." Um,
Can't
so
be a mid Carter, so
yeah, and
Yeah.
so I can see exactly why they're doing it, but maybe you never know. Maybe they're doing it because whoever wins the belt, all of a sudden, the last match, for some reason, he comes out. Even though I don't know why he'd be involved in Christian Cage or Jack Perry. Um, that's why. That's what I always think whenever they have those types of matches out first. But maybe you never know. Maybe we'll see the return of CM Punk.
man, if you were gonna say it,
Oh gosh, I had to throw that out there. That's not gonna happen. But honestly, I cannot see Bryan Danielson losing this. I truly can't. Um,
Mm.
well,
I
here's the thing.
I can't. I can't see him losing it. Give him the belt. I'm serious. Give him the belt. MJF. I When MJF wasn't champion, I was like, dude, please make MJF champion. But it just, I haven't enjoyed it. I'm sorry. I have not enjoyed him being champion. I just haven't. I mean, him having that belt or him not having that belt, he's going to be the same guy and he's going to get the same reaction because he's that type of heel. I feel like when you're that type of heel coming out there saying, I'm better than you and doing those promos and all that, you almost don't need a belt. You know what I'm saying? I truly feel like that type of heel does not need a belt. That's just who he is because he's so over at being a heel. He just doesn't need the belt. I mean, when he was not champion and versus now, there is nothing different in my opinion. There is
Well,
nothing different.
let me tell you what's different. The difference now is you can't call him a liar.
Yeah.
What's different now, he's the world's champion. He can get away with doing whatever he wants, and you have to jump to his level. That's the difference between
Hmm.
him and Roddy Piper. Piper never got to be a world champion. Imagine if Piper had been a world champion,
Man.
how much more arrogant and you have to chase him to get, and he could do even worse because he got the disqualification rule. He won't lose the title. So
Hmm.
you got to really outsmart him. And that's why I know that MJF is going to win tonight. Not only for two reasons. One, he's going to get to show everybody how great of a wrestler he is because his wrestling skills are way underrated because we don't get a chance to see him wrestle that often. So he's going to surprise a lot more people with his wrestling skills. And two, you don't just win the championship and talk crap and do what he does to people without having game plan A, game plan B, game plan C. As much as I love Daniel Bryan, he's one of my top 10 wrestlers of all time. He is not going to win it.
How many pinfalls do they get?
Oh,
Hmm.
that's the thing. It's 60 minutes. So how many you think I'm thinking it'd probably be like five pinfalls, max three, Bryan two.
I could see that. I could see that. Um,
How crazy would it be if it's like the entire match, no one gets a pinfall until the last like 5 seconds, one of them gets a pinfall.
That would be good too. I love a good storytelling. And that's what makes this match even better to me because both men know how to tell a story with wrestling.
Hmm.
Uh, and if you don't know the subtleties and stuff, you miss it. But both men know how to tell stories.
they do, and that's why I am excited for this match. I'm going for Bryan Danielson, man. I'm sorry, I am. I want Bryan Danielson to win. I want that belt around him again. I want a belt around him again. Just on all honesty, because he is. I mean, he is who he is. He's Bryan Danielson. Um, he's just a hell of a wrestler, a hell of an athlete, and this is gonna be a war. That's just one thing I think we can all agree on. This is gonna be a war. Um, in order for him to pin Bryan Danielson, it is gonna take a lot of power. I mean, I could promise you this. I bet you Bryan Danielson gets 3 pinfalls. 2 of them are going to be submission. The other one's going to be an actual, running knee or something like that. Um, but I do feel like this match is going to be Bryan Danielson just submitting MJF. And honestly, seriously, I don't know how MJF is going to get a pinfall on Bryan Danielson, dude. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I just can't see it. When I picture that in my mind, I'm like, oh, dude, Bryan Danielson any day. Like, it's almost like a mismatch. I mean,
Mm.
I feel like it's going to be just if it wasn't 60 minutes, I feel like it'd be like a 3-minute match. Bryan Danielson wins. I'm serious. It'll be faster than the John Jones match last night, man.
Mm.
I mean, and that was talk about a mismatch. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I've seen crazier things happen. Okay, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, there was a time where Bryan Danielson was viewed as the underdog, so
oh, dude, I
we'll
remember
see.
that. I remember that. What about you, Clayton? Man, what do you think about this match?
Personally, I feel like MJF can't lose this match. I feel like if he loses this match this early on in his title run, and it's like, what was the point? Because I mean, like you said, he's been the same basically for the most part. He's doing the same thing with Daniel Bryan he did with Wardlow, basically. It's just it's repetitive right now, but I do still believe MJF is one of the best, like all around full packages currently today, and I do believe he deserves to be holding that title. Maybe they definitely could change it up a little bit, make it a little bit better of a run, but I think he has all the skill sets, all the talent to be deserving of the title. Obviously Bryan Danielson is too. He's proven that time and time and time again. He's a surefire champion, but I also don't want like another CM Punk situation. Not like saying that would go to the extent of what happened with CM Punk, but say they do give Bryan Danielson the belt, then next week he gets injured, like, and then what? You gonna do another tournament for a stand-in title holder or something? Like, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it was made to like let the new guys and new talent shine, and let, like, all this new developing and new style of wrestling show. So let it show, let them shine. And I love Bryan Danielson, everything he does for the business, and I mean all the work he puts in with all the wrestlers and everything. So if he does win it, I won't be upset at all, but I'd like to see MJF at least get a good run in.
Okay. What I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take our picks down. So when we come back and do a
I like it.
recap show, an aftermath show, I'm gonna see I'm gonna see what we got right. Um, so for
I'm
this,
just saying. I'm just saying. Don't be disappointed that the bird is right when we did it before. I'm just saying.
That's true. We have done it before, and Bears won. I'm pretty sure more than once.
okay, Bear, you got MJF. Well, Clayton, you got MJF too. I mean, I guess I'm alone on this one. Maybe Brady has Bryan Danielson. You never know. But like I said, that's the starting match. So I'm personally excited, and the reason I was talking about how you'd be tired if that was the last match is that's honestly how I would personally be. If that was
Yeah.
the last match, I'd be sitting there like, just kind of because since this is opening, you're excited for the main event. I mean, not the main event. You're excited for the pay per view. Like, yes, finally, we've been waiting. Oh, it's starting out with this long match. So every little bump, people in the audience are like, yeah. Um, so I'm excited that this is the starting match. Um,
I have to point out too, they AEW has a great track record of starting matches with a 60-man Iron Man match and do really well with it. Because when Daniel Bryan took on Hangman, they were 60 minutes and the crowd was just hot throughout it all. So
Yeah, exactly. Um, the next match, right after the 60-minute match, is going to be the Texas Death Match. Um, yeah, I know. So, John Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page. Oh my. Um, this is
man,
this is going to be a match. I've seen online though a lot of people are going for Hangman to win this match. Um, I can guarantee you one thing. I'm not sure, but I think John Moxley's going to bleed. I'm not entirely sure,
I would put money down on
but
that.
in this Texas death match, he may bleed.
that's
I don't
why
think it's a
that
matter of if, I think it's a matter of when. The bets are
that
5 minutes,
that's
10 minutes.
that's why they don't have a first blood match because it'd be 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Too quick.
Um, yeah, this is gonna be a war. I mean, I'm a big John Moxley fan because I used to watch him in actual deathmatch wrestling back in like CCW and GCW at like the turn, especially way back then at like the tournaments of death. I used to watch John Moxley, so I've always been a huge John Moxley fan. Not a big Dean Ambrose fan, but I'm a John Moxley fan. Um, so this match, I'm automatically. I mean, just knowing that, especially me personally, when I've watched John Moxley in death matches, I'm going for John Moxley in this match. I mean, it's a death match. I don't care if you add Texas, California, New York in front of it. I don't care. It's John Moxley. I mean, I like Hangman, I really do, but I'm going for Moxley, fellas.
Well, um, uh,
Oh gosh,
again,
he's gonna say Paige. He's gonna say Paige.
and again, just storyline driven. Have
Oh, he's gonna
paid
say Paige.
because I mean, honestly, who needs to win more? Who
Okay,
needs to
yeah,
win more?
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I mean,
And
yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
well, that he needs to win more. How many times can Hangman come up short for the big ones? And look, uh, Moxley need to get his vacation in. He's like 6 months late on his vacation. Let's go and let him get his vacation, y'all.
I see.
So,
I think that's my problem with this. I need to stop looking at who I want to win. I need to look at storyline.
well, see, and that's my thing.
That
As much as it's like, man, I hate to root for because I'm honestly torn with this because I love both men. I love their style. I love everything that's going on with this. Whereas some people have gotten tired of the storyline, I haven't personally. I think it's great. It builds both of them up to those studs, but I think it's time for Hangman to get back into the world title picture. And I think if he busts down John Moxley, it would be very well for him to get in there.
I was gonna say. I mean, we've all seen Dynamite. You've seen his interviews with Renee Paquette, and the background. They've kind of been teasing stuff, little stuff about his future, and he's been talking, and we could see Hangman, people are talking about Hangman and Kenny Omega, or Hangman and the Elite in the future, and Hangman and the Young Bucks, or damn Hangman and Punk. People have been talking about. So you know, I'm like I said, I'm still going for Moxley, but Hangman is definitely going somewhere big story wise after this match. He's definitely going. He's either going towards the title, he's going towards the Young Bucks and Omega, or for some odd reason, Punk is coming back and going to him. Those are my three theories. So Bear, you're going for Page.
Yep.
I'm going for Moxley. Go ahead, Clayton. Come on. Give me
Uh,
give me some blunder. Give me something here.
I mean, just because I think like Bear
Son of a
story wise, it has to be Paige. If we were just talking about, oh, they're having a match, there's really no story. It's just John Moxley all day. Obviously, he would destroy that man.
Yeah.
But story wise, it's just I don't like at this point. I don't see John Moxley losing hurting him in any way.
I,
But
yeah, I could agree with that.
Paige, I could see it hurting him. Like not like Bear said, getting a big spot, losing, and it's just like I
Okay.
think he needs it more.
Okay. Here's an interesting question. How long do you think this match goes for? I'd say about I'd say about 15 minutes.
Uh, I was gonna say about 20.
Yeah,
Dang. Okay.
I give it about 15 minutes, 15 something.
Yeah, I was thinking like around 15.
Honestly, looking at this card, I can't see any match. No, I can't see any match going under 10 minutes. I see all of them going over 10 at least. Um, they're
I
not
know
gonna,
one that for sure is.
well, one of them's going to go in hours. We know that for a fact. But no, so yeah, I can see this match going about 15 minutes. It's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be a war. It's gonna be brutal. So that's gonna be a good match. So I'm excited to see Hangman, in the ring, especially against John Moxley. But the match after that, right after the huge war, is going to be a three-way match for the Women's World Championship.
Lord.
For It's gonna be Jamie Hayter, Saraya, and Ruby Soho. Honestly, I'll let y'all go first before I say something wrong. I'll let y'all go first. Who you got for this one?
Ugh. So it's funny that you let me go first because I'm gonna pull one of your numbers on this one.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
I'm going Ruby Soho, and
Wow.
I know,
Ooh, I wasn't even gonna say that.
I know, but I'm gonna explain to you why. Now, storyline wise, now look, I came in my head of how to justify this pick. Uh, Ruby wins.
Mm-hmm.
You still don't know what side she's on.
Okay.
That still got the AEW versus the outsider.
Yep.
She's technically an outsider, but they are still pulling left to right. And Saraya, and now, honestly, do I think it'd be the right move? No. I think Jamie Hayter needs a long championship reign, but I just personally would love to see Ruby win it.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that. Why not? Go ahead, Clayton.
Definitely an interesting take.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Knock me out of my seat.
I mean, I'll I'll say I love Ruby Soho.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I love
she's
Ruby Soho, but I don't.
super underrated, but she's the last person I will say is going to win this match, personally speaking. That being said, I think Jamie Hayter is going to win. It's a mid card match. I don't see that title changing hands. If it was main eventing like we were contemplating if it was going to be earlier, I could have seen Saraya walking away for sure. But just considering the positioning of the match and everyone who's win, I personally just think Ruby's there to take the fall.
Um, we're actually in agreement. I'm going with Jamie Hayter for this. I think she's going to retain. Like you said, it is a mid carder. I don't see a title changing in this match. But I'm going to disagree on one thing. I see Saraya being the last one winning this one. I don't know why. I cannot see Saraya having her hands on that belt in the future. I really can't. I don't know why. When I get an answer, I'll come back to y'all and I'll tell you. But I do not know why. I just can't see it happening. I can't see her having the belt around her waist in the future. I could see after this match though. I could definitely see Ruby Soho staying in the title picture though. I feel like this isn't the last time she's gonna get.
I hope so.
Oh, I hope so too. I'm gonna agree with Bear on that though. I want Ruby Soho to win, but I can almost guarantee that it's gonna be Hayter retaining, man. But Ruby Soho is going to stay in the title picture. After this, something's gonna happen with Saraya, and I think she's gonna break away and go do something else again, and gonna get out of the title picture. I think Ruby Soho. I think they're gonna have a one-on-one then in the future, Hayter and Soho, and then I could see Soho taking the title off of her at the next pay-per-view because it also gives Hayter that long run that you were talking about. Because she does. I mean, I feel like she does need a much more foot, in the stone run as the champion.
Especially
But
because like the women's championship hasn't really had like since Britt Baker. I mean, it just kind of seems like it's been hopping around, you
yeah,
know.
and the problem was, and after Britt Baker, I think the main thing that hurt it was Thunder Rosa getting hurt.
Yeah.
That really hurt it, and we all love Thunder Rosa. It's just it was such a bad timing because we were like, oh yes, champion. We can't wait to see more title runs. More defenses in the future. And she got hurt, and you're like, oh damn, who's the winner? And so it kind of got hot potatoed here and there, and so I see Jamie Hayter retaining this title, keeping it for a while, and then I see Ruby Soho staying in the title picture as well, and then Saraya kind of going off and doing her own thing away from the title basically. But after that match though is a match that I'm actually really excited for a couple different reasons. So right after the women's world championship match is the world trios championship match with the Elite and the House of Black. Oh, Bear, I saw your face. So this match, I'm very back and forth, man. I'm a big Elite fan. Okay,
Same.
I should have been wearing their shirt. I got their shirt when I went to AEW. I should be wearing the shirt right now, but they couldn't have put anybody else up against them that I would love to see win these belts. Let's be honest here. The House of Black needs these belts. Why would you not put the belt on these guys right now? They are one of the hottest factions in the damn wrestling business. Why would you not put the belt on them right now? I need seriously. Why? And with that being said, I love the Elite, man. I love the Elite. I love Omega. I love the Young Bucks. But the Elite have been the trios champions. They've had for a while, and I think it's time, man. The House of Black needs those belts, and this is it. I truly think tonight is the night we see the House of Black win the trios championship belts. That's my pick. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm going with the House of Black. I want to see them win those belts. They need those belts. They're basically handing Tony Khan saying, dude, look, you have one of the best factions. They are hot right now. They had the return like 2 months ago, man, and they've been hot. Give them the belts. Now I'm going for the House of Black to take this tonight.
Hmm. This one's honestly probably one of the harder ones.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. I love the Elite, and honestly, though, I would not be surprised if the Elite. This is the match that whoever wins, I won't be surprised at all. Actually,
Yeah.
if the House of Black wins, I'll be like, "Yep, knew it." And if they lose, I'll be like, "Yep, knew it." This seriously, I mean, this is gonna be probably on this whole card. This is gonna be the one that I'm gonna be the least surprised at the outcome. But I'm also gonna be excited if I will be more excited if the House of Black wins. Truly,
Yeah.
I think it'll be great for them, and I think it'll be great for the trios championships.
Yeah, I will say I agree in that aspect that I would love to see the House of Black win. I definitely think they need it. Malachi Black is awesome. Buddy Matthews, Brody King behind him is amazing. Like they are just a great combination of trios to make a perfect faction, and they deserve those titles. But it's the Elite. And I don't know. For some reason, I just don't feel like they're losing those titles anytime soon right now. I feel like maybe if they revisit this rivalry again in like half a year or something, or I don't know, but I don't know. Right now, I don't see them losing these titles anytime soon.
Okay. All right. You're going for the elite.
Also, just to put pressure on Baron to break it 1-1 for him.
So, not that I didn't already have enough pressure on me. I man, like y'all said, I can't disagree with y'all. It is. I wouldn't be surprised either way. Um, I think, and I think a lot of it too. We look at title reigns for certain people that we really just would be super excited for, and it would do so much for their character and the worth that they put in. It's like, yes, it's paid off for you. Yes. Uh, with that being said, I'm gonna do one of my things I shouldn't do. I'm gonna go with my heart instead of my mind. I'm going House of Black.
Wow. Okay.
I thought you were gonna say I'm split.
I was gonna say you can't be split. I was waiting for him to say it. I was be like, no, you can't do that. Okay.
No, I know I got to put my foot in the stand, so I'm gonna go with the House of Black. Like I said, I with this one is definitely heart versus my mind because let's be realistic. Y'all said it. It's the elite. Yeah. And if the elite loses, and honestly, their title reign hadn't been that long.
Yeah,
it just seems that long
because it's the elite.
Exactly, and that's why I think it would do. The elite does better in the chase than holding titles to me.
Yeah, and perfect example is the Death Triangle, the best of 7 series. I mean,
exactly.
They were going after those titles, and every time, especially when because that was one of the ones I saw live. I think that was the 4th match I saw live.
Like that, yeah.
And that was the one where he cheated to when he hit him with the hammer on the head, and you're like, oh my gosh, the elite has to do something, and you're so excited for them to like come back because that's when Kenny Omega was like, all right, you want to keep doing that? Next match is gonna be no disqualification, and it's like, oh man, they're up in the game, and man, like I said, I love the elite. I love Kenny Omega, but I feel like it's just too perfect of a time for House of Black it's just too perfect. I mean, it's everything is lined up. The planets have aligned. Give them the belts. That's like I said, House of Black. I can't believe I'm saying that, but House of Black.
2-1.
I know that's the first one that me and Bear agreed on. And
that's what I was gonna say.
Everything else, I've been kind of by myself.
We haven't had a all three agreement yet.
No,
we haven't. This next match though, we may.
Yeah, I think I already know where it's gonna be.
Next match, right after that, is for the TNT Championship. Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. Samoa Joe. It's easy as that. I'm going with Samoa Joe.
I just saw Bear's reaction, and
Are you going with Wardlow?
Oh, of course. And look. If anybody has been paying attention to me throughout this whole thing of podcasting we do, they know Samoa Joe is my guy. But let's be honest. Look at the progression of the storyline.
Yes.
The storyline, Joe has been dogging him. He cut his freaking hair. Then he let you know he had his hair long for his father. Joe is, and Joe is the ROH television champion, man.
Hey man, I'm serious. I truly think, and I'm not even kidding when I say this. I see how the story's going, but I don't think it ends here. That's why I say that. I truly think they're gonna keep pushing it because Samoa Joe. I mean, dude, he's Samoa Joe, and I feel like what they're gonna do is when he wins tonight, you look at him as like, dude, he's the king. He's the double champ. He's been the double champ. He's beat Wardlow however many times now. And you can look, and I feel like what they're gonna do is look back on the, in that one triple threat match, okay, at the last pay per view, which Samoa Joe won, but Wardlow, he didn't technically beat Wardlow, and I feel like this is gonna be it. Wardlow's like, all right, third match. I feel like that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna have just the last match, and then Wardlow will take it. But I truly see Samoa Joe walking out as double champ and basically proving himself and making you seem like, oh, dude, this dude's unbeatable. Like he's the guy. Um,
Let me tell you the main reason why the storyline and Wednesday night, Hobbs is going to win the TNT title. Oops, that's a spoiler.
Damn.
Look, even Clayton like, ooh, I didn't even think about that one.
Bro, I really didn't. You just wow.
I'm not changing my pick.
Well, here's the thing. I was gonna say Wardlow, regardless, solely on the fact of that Joe is the Ring of Honor television champion, and I think they're gonna try and separate that.
But the reason I don't think they're gonna do that yet is because it's the first episode. The pay-per-view isn't even till the end of March.
Right.
But here's the thing. You can't keep putting Joe. We've said it before.
Put Joe anywhere Joe needs to be, and that's Samoa Joe. That's Samoa Joe.
Look. I am a Samoa Joe guy. I'm one of the people who be at home. Chet, Joe is gonna kill you. He's just not. Joe is gonna let this go, and Hobbs is gonna get this from Wardlow, and then it's gonna be Hobbs and them, and Joe is gonna concentrate on killing. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's got a victim in mind coming up. But as much as I love you, Joe, I will look, Joe is one of the few people that I will stand toe-to-toe with and fight with. Usually I'm running, but with Joe on my side, he makes me feel confident I'm fighting with Joe. But tonight, Joe is losing, though.
Man, and I this is what makes me nervous, is that no matter what happens, let's say Joe does lose, I know I'm gonna have to sit through the aftermath show and get my face rocked in by everybody watching, and you guys talking about, I told you so, blah blah blah. But guess what? I'm gonna stick with my pick because when Joe does win, I get to do the same thing to y'all when we come back on the show and be like, I told you so. Dude. Telling you, man, I'm going with Joe, man.
So, I
feel like
I'm just gonna say this.
Not over.
I'm just gonna say this for every fan that's listening: do not go betting with Blade. He goes with his heart and doesn't do his mind. Don't.
I was gonna say, oh gosh, don't. He's got a point, man. We went to you can ask my girl. Let's just say we go to Windstar up in Oklahoma, dude. We walk out with nothing. I feel so bad. I walk in there with like $50. I win like 100. I'm like, man, I could win more. Lose the 100. I'm like, I can win it back. Lose that money, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. or we'll go play roulette, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bet on the red. She's like, no, don't bet on that one. Bet on a number. No, I'm gonna bet on the red. Her number wins. Mine doesn't. Oh my god! I'm like, oh gosh, and it's all because I went with my heart. I listen to my heart, not my head. Like I said, I can't wait for this pay-per-view, man, because the second Joe wins, I'm gonna shoot y'all a nice little text message. I'm gonna shoot y'all. I'm gonna shoot y'all a nice little text message. Um, yeah, I mean, I like Wardlow. Don't get me wrong. I love Wardlow. I mean, it's Wardlow. But I'm going with Joe, man. Joe's my guy. And I don't think his double reign of champion is over yet. It will come to an end. I don't think it'll come to an end right now. It'll come to an end probably the end of this month or next month. And the whole thing about Ring of Honor splitting it up, that's why it's going to come to an end, but I don't think it's going to happen yet. I think they're going to slowly get into that. Because I feel like since the first episode just dropped and all of a sudden he's just cutting everybody who was double champion and throwing them over to Ring of Honor, it's like, what the hell, you know? I feel like they got to keep at least, you know, keep them at least there for a little bit and then cut them.
I mean, if any of them do deserve to be on both shows, it is Samoa Joe. So,
hey, man, that's what I'm saying.
but I'm still
I'm
saying
about to say,
Wardlow.
and one fact that he does have a contract with both. A lot of people don't.
All right, so I'll change your pick right now. So you said Samoa Joe, correct? I'll change your pick right now.
No,
I'm still sticking with Wardlow.
exactly.
Okay, well, all right. I guess I'm alone on this one again.
I'll wait for that text though.
I guess we're not gonna have the same pick throughout this whole thing. I see that.
And I don't know. So we got 3 matches left. We may have it on this next match. So the match after this is a 4-way tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships with the Guns, the Acclaim, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, and then Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. It's not going to be Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. I can tell you that much right now. Orange Cassidy is the champion, you know, and he's doing his own thing, I feel like. I could see Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal winning more than I could see them, honestly. And I was reading stuff about this online. The Acclaimed is not going to win, okay? They are not going to win. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about... I saw your... I feel like I keep seeing a reaction from Bear, and it's just making me go crazy, man. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, honestly, straight up, I would not be surprised if they won. I'm not kidding. That doesn't mean that's my pick, but I'm not kidding. I feel like it's a way to give Jeff Jarrett his gold. You know what I mean?
Why?
Not saying that's my pick, okay?
I know, but what? Like, just the thought. Why should he get gold? Like, why? I don't get it. I don't get it. Like back then, sure.
Do that right there, to piss people off, right there.
I guess, yeah, but
a good heel tag team, a good.
It's not even the aspect of the heel tag team. I would love to see Jay Lethal draped in gold. I just don't give a damn about Jeff Jarrett. Double J, I don't care. Go back to wherever the hell you came from. This past year and a half of him popping up out of whatever hole he came out of, go back. I don't care.
Jeff Jarrett,
don't
if you're
care.
Watching this, go back, apparently.
Click out of it,
Jeff. Click out of the tab. Okay, I'm not going to say my pick.
I'm done with seeing Double J. I don't care. I didn't care about him back then. I don't care about him now.
Keep going. Who's your pick? I want you to keep going on the topic while you're hot.
Honestly, at this point, I'd rather the Guns keep it. You know, at this point, you know, because I agree. I don't see Orange Cassidy and Danhausen winning. I don't care to see Double J winning any type of gold unless if it's like something like the 24/7 championship or something. Sure, go win something like that. But other than that, it's like, I mean, I don't see the point of taking it off the Acclaimed like they did to just put it back on them. It's like, what's the point to just throw it on the Guns just for the sake of throwing it on the Guns? It's like, so I guess the Guns keep it. Let them keep it.
Okay. What about you, Bear?
I got the funny thing is I can agree with everything that Clint just said, except I'm not a great Jeff Jarrett fan, also, but I enjoyed Jeff Jarrett early in his career. Uh, the newer Jeff, the later Jeff, he is a perfect old school heel that you want to punch in the face.
I'll give him
But
that.
uh, I am gonna pick Lethal and Jeff to win it.
No, are you serious?
I'm dead serious. just for the simple fact, I could throw a rock. Well, I can make a claim for all of them to win. I can make a claim for all of them to lose. I have no clue. So I'm just gonna pick Lethal and Jeff.
Okay.
I
wow.
get that. I will say I wouldn't be surprised if they walk away with it.
I'm going with the Guns, dude. I mean, and the reason being is what you said earlier about, Billy Gunn turning on the Acclaimed. I could see that happening. But also the fact is, I mean, the Orange Cassidy is definitely not going to win it. That's out of the picture. So take that out. You got 3 tag teams.
Well,
let's not get too crazy, okay?
Look, let's just be realistic. Everybody loves Danhausen.
Yes.
And what would be a easy, funny, perfect way of getting Danhausen a championship?
But that's why they're not going to do that, because
I would agree if Orange Cassidy wasn't the All-Atlantic champion already.
Well, see, here's the thing. They'll give it to him, they'll lose Wednesday. But just so he can have a championship, and both
they give it to him on Wednesday.
They can have a double champion. Man, like I said, you can put scenarios for any of
I truly okay, here's why I don't think it'll be the Acclaimed either. So the Acclaimed, they're over as hell. They're the Acclaimed now, okay? Everybody talks about scissoring this, scissoring that, scissor your dog, whatever the hell you want to do. And basically, they don't need gold anymore. They're like the version of DX almost. They don't need gold, dude. Because either gold or not, they're going to come out rapping. People are still going to say, scissor me, and they're still going to get that pop. They don't need gold anymore. And I think Tony Khan realized that. Was like, all right, dude, you're over, bro. You don't need it. We need to put you in a feud, though. And that's why they put them in with the Guns. And I think the Guns are going to walk out of this because the Acclaimed were tag team champions for a while now. And it was that fun, happy, all the tag team champions. Yes, it's time for a tag team champions that are like, bro, I hate these guys. That's why I don't think it's going to be Danhausen and Orange Cassidy. Because I think they're going to give it to either Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, or the Guns. They need a heel tag team in there.
Man, if they give it to J&J, they'll definitely have me saying I hate these guys.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I said earlier, it'll do its job. But I think the Guns would be a better fit because of the simple fact of Billy Gunn being involved in all of it. That's why I think if Billy Gunn was not involved, I would say Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal. But since Billy Gunn is there, I'm not saying he's involved, but he's in the since he's just in the arena. Just because he's in the arena, I'm saying the Guns. Okay?
And that's why that for me is like, man, that's played. They've done it. Okay, let's just say he does turn on the Acclaim. Not even the Acclaim would care. They can scissor any, like you said, scissor me, doggy. This doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think, like you said earlier, is when we were talking, they missed the peak point of Billy Gunn turning on them. Yeah. If they had done it at that moment, it would have been major. But yeah, like you said, now it'd been like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Go back to be with your sons. Sure, yeah. Let the Acclaim do their thing. So I agree in that sense. It does kind of miss its like glamour or whatever, but I do still see it happening, being a possibility to happen.
Okay, so me and Clayton are the guns, and Bears Jeff
Gun
Jarrett
Club.
stays lethal.
God,
Okay,
please. And
well,
just the based off of history and knowing how smart Bear is when it comes to really thinking about this, like he doesn't just be like, "Oh yeah, them." Like he really thinks about his predictions, and that's what worries me the most is that they're gonna walk away as tag team champions, and I'm just like, "Oh man."
you never know, dude. That's all I'm saying. You never know. Um, yeah. Match after that though, the co-main event: Chris Jericho versus Ricky Starks. Um, honestly, I'm giving it to Ricky Starks. Um, Chris Jericho is Chris Jericho. He can get beaten 5 times, a day, and he will never be, buried or you know what I mean. I mean, it's Chris Jericho. I mean, he can, and he that's the thing about him. He puts people over to that point. Like look at Action Andretti, for example. When Action Andretti beat him, before he went out there, Jericho's like, I'm gonna beat this jobber. And then Action Andretti beat him, and everybody's like, oh my goodness, because Jericho put him over. And guess what? The week after that, nobody really cared. I mean, because it's Jericho. They're not gonna be like, oh, you suck. No. And it made a great story. Jericho himself was like, why did I lose? I needed this, and that, I think Ricky Starks is going to win because Ricky Starks, if he gets a win like this, I mean, he's already big, and he had his match against MJF for the title and the ring. Um, but I feel like that was just kind of thrown together, and I don't think it was a proper way to put him into the title picture. And I feel
Yeah.
like this match will just kind of elevate him even more to
Like
that.
they need to let his talking put him in the title picture. He didn't like he didn't need to win that opportunity to be whatever, like that should have gone to like Jack Perry or someone, but they need to let Ricky Starks just talk his way into the main event because that's what he is gonna do in a heartbeat.
And I feel like if Ricky Starks loses his match against Jericho, I feel like it'll put him right back down to the mid card or
Yeah,
bottom card. I just
absolutely.
it was drop him right back down.
Clayton, you going with Ricky too?
Yep, Ricky as well.
Man, we just are not going to agree on
You're
anything.
shitting.
Dang, Bear.
You're kidding me. Give me. See, I
Yeah,
want.
actually, I am. I'm going with Ricky.
I was
Oh my
like,
gosh! I was like, what? There's no way. Ricky Starks is gonna win this match, man.
Yeah, I mean, really, at this point, I agree with everything you said.
Thank goodness.
Well, with Jericho, Jericho is Jericho,
yeah.
and another blown moment, and they want to give Ricky a big win on a pay per view. He'll win the after the win. The JAS will run down, and then Action Andretti and somebody else who's sitting and catering will run down their battle with him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Good point. There's not much to talk about that match. I mean, we all
no,
agree.
not really.
Uh, so the final match, final burial, is what they're going with. They should have just kept it no holds barred, dude. I don't know why they changed that. Um, they went from buried alive, and then he's like,
I thought it was like a casket match or something, but
Well,
it's just a no holds barred match.
it was a no holds barred match, and they were like, it's going to be a buried alive match or a casket. And they were like, well, basically behind the scenes, they were like, well, we need our own name. Final burial.
Okay, so it is like a buried alive match or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. But at first, it was a no holds barred match, and
Uh,
it kept
and
getting switched around.
I think the reason they're doing it because Christian is still not 100%.
Yeah, I could see that. I didn't even think about that, but I could see
I
why.
thought they were doing it so they can finally put this rivalry to rest. Like,
Well,
damn.
that's that too, but I don't think Christian's 100% because he hadn't wrestled.
Yeah. And I mean, they've
And
been trying to carry this rivalry and everything, but it's just like, been doing it for
exactly,
how long now?
Yeah,
exactly. So this is the way to end it. push it off and let them go their separate ways.
That's why I think it is going to be last too, because it's a good ending to it, as like saying it'll never be brought up again. Uh,
Yeah,
so I think I already know the answer for all of our picks. Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy.
That's what I thought. It would
It's
make
funny because earlier when we were talking, I was getting the feel that Bear was gonna say Christian. And I'm
it
just that's why I hesitated,
it's
bro.
what this match. It would make more sense for Chris Jericho to beat Ricky Starks than Christian Cage to beat Jungle
Yeah.
Boy, in my opinion. I mean, this rivalry, like you were saying, has been drawn out this long just for Christian Cage to beat Jungle Boy, an up and coming huge star, in a casket match. As a main event. Hell no, bad idea. Okay, that is a big no. Christian had, no. It's Jungle Boy all the way. Honestly, I bet you I'll put money on it. This match is not even gonna last long, or whatever it's gonna be. I, it'll probably be like 5-6 minutes. Honestly, I could see it. Honestly, now that I go back on what I said, anything under 10 minutes, it's this one.
It's that one.
It's this one right here.
Well, I was sitting here looking at all my picks and stuff, and I know I'm at least get one of the title matches wrong because I got too many changes. But the main one I can see would be the Ruby Soho because I'm going with my heart and not my mind. But the other ones I'm pretty fit.
I already typed in the picks. I can't change it, man. I'm sorry.
No, I don't. I
Okay,
don't want to change.
I'm just making sure.
No, my pick things and try to think more sense. More than likely, they will keep it, and I can see Hater keeping it. But in my mind, I think it makes more sense in the storylines.
Okay. Well, let me look. Then, well, I mean, that's the match card. What matches are we most excited for?
Mm.
My my three is definitely Samoa Joe and Wardlow. They're gonna kill it.
Yep.
Uh, the Elite and the House of Black, man, this should be the House of Black's coming out party. If anybody has doubts about them, this should change their mind. And of course, MJF and Brian Danielson. MJF is going to show everybody why people are behind him and love his talk, and he's going to show he can back it up with his wrestling. He's a hell of a wrestler.
Okay. My two that I'm most excited for is Samoa Joe, Wardlow, and then the Texas Death Match, man. They're gonna kill each other, and y'all, everybody who listens to this and knows me, I love death matches, so they're gonna kill each other. I love John Moxley. He's one of my favorites. He's top 10 for me of all time in any promotion. He always will be. And Hangman is Hangman, so they're gonna kill it. I'm glad it's a second match, but we do have to wait an hour to see it, so not including the pre-show. What about you, Clayton?
I'd say Elite House of Black for sure. Up there, that's going to be a hell of a match. And just based off of everything we've talked about and said and heard everyone's perspectives and opinions, I'm excited for that women's championship match because if Ruby walks away that champion, I'm a pop.
If every single pick that I picked was wrong, and there was, like, let's just say Christian did win and Chris Jericho won and Orange Cassidy and him won, and let's just say all that, and Ruby Soho winning would be the most surprising to me of the whole night. I would be like, what? She won, man. That would be the most surprising for me of the whole night. So I mean, everything that we've talked about, I mean, it's definitely it's a stacked card. It really is a stacked card. AEW never disappoints with the match cards, and all the pay-per-views they had last year, none of them really disappointed. And I don't see this tonight being any different. I mean, these superstars on this list can perform, and I feel like they're all going to perform at the highest level, and it's going to be a good pay per view.
The one person that's not on the pay per view that is very surprising to me.
Jade.
Exactly.
Yup. I was thinking that this entire time we've been talking. I'm like, man, I cannot believe. Because isn't Revolution supposed like their big one, or is that like double or nothing?
The
Double or nothing.
double or nothing.
Is their big
But
one?
Big one.
Okay.
yeah, but I mean, she's been in all of them. She's been the TNT champ for a year now.
Undefeated still.
Exactly. And honestly,
It's
le-
gotten
eh,
better.
yeah, I think it's time for her to. She needs to be in the world title picture. I love what she's been doing, but it's time for her to step up and take that. And I would not be mad if they make it where she goes after the world title still as the TNT champion.
Well, I could see her holding the title until Double or Nothing, and then losing it at Double or Nothing. Um, Double or Nothing is expected. It says right here, May 27th or 28th of this year. Um, so that's not that much longer for Jade to hold it, considering she's held it for over a year now.
Hmm.
So I truly feel like she's gonna hold it just a couple months more longer, and I bet you that the reason she's not on this card is they're getting ready for a big story, and
Well,
what's gonna
go
happen
ahead. I'm sorry.
after this pay per view, somebody's gonna all of a sudden start feuding with her, and it's gonna lead up to that Double or Nothing match, and that person, whoever it is gonna beat her. I don't know. I
Well,
can't think of anybody.
I got the person that I think you got the scenario right. I think it's going to be a returning Chris Statlander
Really?
Really? Hmm.
because she was setting up looking like she was about to come when her and Athena were teaming up and everything.
Yeah.
It was looking like she was coming. She was going to get that title, and I think if she comes back, I think she'll be the perfect one to get the title off of her.
So AEW's pay per views for this year is gonna be tonight's Revolution, and then AEW Double or Nothing in May. So 2 months, about 2.5 months from now. And then we get a pay per view the very next month in June for AEW because of Forbidden Door 2,
Hmm.
which is going to be a beast. Can't wait for that one.
When is that?
It says it's going to be June 23rd/24th expected. Um, so literally about a month or a little under a month after AEW Double or Nothing, which is going to
Yeah,
be
that's
oh,
right.
that's gonna be crazy, man. Forbidden Door 2. I mean, the first Forbidden Door is one of the greatest pay per views of all time, in my opinion.
That's when
Um,
we started this podcast.
man,
Yep.
crazy, dude. That's crazy. Um, and then AEW, but since they're doing the two pay per views so close, it's gonna be a kind of a long spell, like back to normal for their pay per views. All AEW All Out is expected September 2nd or 3rd, and then oh, I guess I didn't even see this. It's at the bottom. Um, the next Battle of the Belts is going to be in April of this
Hmm.
year. I didn't see that. Yeah, so okay. Yeah, Battle of the Belts is going to be in April. So it's going to
So
be
just before Revolution or
oh,
Double or Nothing? I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, it's going to be next month.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because they generally do that to have something going on, and
Oh yeah, I didn't
yeah,
see
that
that. It's at the bottom. Yeah, they have it under special events. Okay.
yeah that yeah because they with their battles of the belts, they wait to the like last second to even say they even having it.
yeah.
So
Yeah, man, I'm waiting for AEW pay per view to come here, man. Oh, dude, I'd buy tickets to that so fast. Like I said, I've been to AEW show, never been to an AEW pay per view though.
Same.
Um,
man, I'm trying to go to a AEW show.
it's good, man. It really is. I went to one finally, and it was so good. It was so good. Yeah, I mean that. Like I said, the card tonight is it's pretty stacked. Um, it's a pretty stacked card. I'm excited for it. I got high hopes for it as always. They usually never disappoint, like I said. Um, but I mean, we put in our picks. Everybody listening, stay tuned for our next show. It'll be the aftermath of Revolution, and I get to laugh in the face of these guys' faces. How I get 100% of picks right. I went 100%, man. That's gonna be crazy. I can't wait for that. We should have a party. Um,
Celebrate.
Yeah, that'd be great. So I could talk about how AEW just dropped the
oh,
ball and now with WWE.
oh, come on, man. You don't
Yay.
want to see Wardlow get whooped by Samoa Joe again?
Man, see, you making me sound like I don't know the power of Joe.
Man,
I've always stood up for Joe. I'm always going to stand up for Joe. But
He's
everybody
losing.
can't win. And look, and if Joe loses to the most dangerous move that everybody has kryptonite. Joe's kryptonite is a roll up. He can't kick out of a roll up to save his life.
oh, that's funny. I mean, like I said, it's gonna be a good pay per view. Um, but we got a little bit of time left, so we're gonna go ahead and just talk about a little bit of. We're gonna change the trail to a different promotion. Just a little bit about WrestleMania. So, couple of things got announced. Um, that being Brock Lesnar and Omos, and then
That's all that's the only reason I'm going to watch WrestleMania.
Hell yeah. Honestly, I really, really want to see Brock Lesnar F5 Omos. I want to see
I,
how that works out for
crazy
him.
man.
I
I
want to
really want
see
to see it.
I want to see how Brock sells for Omos. That because Brock is such an underrated about selling for people. Just to see Omos chop him and see what kind of stupid flip that Brock does is going to be tremendous.
Dude, I don't know why people are hating on that match. I think it'll be a good match because knows how to put on a good match. Him and his opponent.
And
Um,
another thing too is we haven't seen Omos in the ring in a while. He could have been out training this entire time.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's fought on one Monday Night Raw in the past 4 months.
You know,
That's crazy. Um, and then the other match that kind of came out was, I mean, it's obvious. It's Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley will be at WrestleMania. As we saw on SmackDown, Uncle Howdy came out and gave Bray Wyatt, no, sorry, Bobby Lashley a nice little meet and greet. um, so yeah, oh gosh. I don't really know what to say about that match. I'm not gonna say anything about that match until I physically see that match. Um,
I I just want Bray to do something. I don't care at this point. They're making me start to dislike Bray.
mm.
It's because of all this. Again, his aura, the spooky, the Firefly Funhouse is good and it's funny and all that. But man, we're going into 6 months since he's been back. 7 months, 8 months, who knows? And it is getting old now. If Bray does not do something and do something, I'm just going to get to the point where I'm going to start doing like when the Alpha Academy comes on my TV set, mute the TV.
oh, what? Alpha Academy. You know, like shit.
Well, no, I like them, but come on. Now, if they do like the rumors I've been hearing and let Chad do his thing, then great. Because he's one hell of a wrestler who does not get the love he deserves. But when you see them come out, it's like, who they're gonna put over today. Let me mute the TV and look up every now and then. We'll see the matches over with. And
I've been hearing
thank you.
Gable's gonna get a singles push though.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hopefully he does, because it'll help him a lot. I mean, he's got the talent for it. But
Yes, he does.
on SmackDown, we also saw Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, man to man, shake hands. Um, the more and more I look at it, the more and more I see Roman winning, which is insane for me to say. I
That's my pick right now. I,
Roman.
I Yeah, I mean, I just, in my opinion, I mean, I know everyone is expecting Cody to win and everything. It's like that's what he came back to WWE to do, win the big one, do what his no one in his family ever did. Blah 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 blah. Same promo we've heard forever. I get it. That's what he's gonna do. He's still got time though. It doesn't have to be right now. It doesn't have to be against Roman Reigns. And I personally see Roman walking out of WrestleMania unified, WWE Universal Champion.
I agree with you 100%. I think I think Cody will win it. I just think it would be probably SummerSlam. Everybody's just so hyped up that Roman is gonna lose this that it's the perfect swerve. He's too close to setting the record. Most people would not believe it. So I just think it'd be a nice swerve. And it makes sense because when you really look at Roman's track record since he's had the titles, he hadn't really had a lot of noteworthy wins, I would call them. Sometimes you can look at the champions and look at his opponents, and the opponent makes the champion. And no disrespect to Roman because he is my tribal chief, but some of them people are just like, ugh. And it's not his fault, and it's not their fault. It's just the way WWE builds people up.
I definitely think that what they're gonna do is they're gonna push Roman to go past 1,000 days now.
Oh, 100%. If he doesn't hit 1,000 days, then
It's just too close.
yeah,
Excuse me. It's just too
bless you.
close to for him to. I mean, it's because I think the 1,000 days is in. Is it in May? I think it's in May.
Yeah, I think so.
And since WrestleMania is literally 1 month before, I feel like they're like, dude, we might as well just push him through it. We might as well. I mean, because, yeah, it would be huge for Cody Rhodes to win at the grandest stage of them all. But I feel like at this point, it doesn't matter where Cody wins the belt. It could be on a Monday Night Raw. It's still going to be huge because of who he's beating and how long it's been. Um, so I do think Roman will win it at WrestleMania now, and Cody will probably lose it. I mean, I think Cody will probably win it at like you said, SummerSlam maybe. Roman wins it at WrestleMania. Cody wins it probably at SummerSlam. Hell, when is if I'm not sure when it is. If Roman's 1,000 days is before Backlash, I mean, hell, Cody could win at Backlash. You never know, man.
Mm, I don't know. I feel like at this point they would save it for a big pay-per-view, and
Yeah.
really the only two options would be SummerSlam or WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I mean, uh, he can't drop it. He can't drop it out of Backlash pay-per-view or
Right.
Money in the Bank or.
He's definitely probably won't even show up to either one of those.
Yeah,
And
I don't
if
think. I think they said that Roman Reigns has been taken off of Money in the Bank as like a, I because they have ways of him being taken off of some pay per
Yeah.
views. I think he was taken off of Money in the Bank.
Mhm.
Which is some, and I find that really surprising considering that Money in the Bank is going to be over in England.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm surprised that they wouldn't want him there.
Yeah.
yeah. That's gonna be crazy. Um, but we have so many. There's still. We're literally under a month now from WrestleMania, which is crazy. Um, it's gonna be huge. We're gonna see some more
Man,
cards coming out. What's up?
uh, I just thought about it. We hadn't talked about congratulations to the new women's tag team champions. Wow, guys, don't be excited about it.
Look, you know what? Hold that thought. I'm gonna wait to talk about that until we have a little more time. I'm gonna,
Rather we just spend our time talking about Rhea versus Charlotte.
well,
That's WrestleMania related.
well, we're well, we're running out of time. But what I am gonna say is we're gonna get to that. Hopefully, next episode we're gonna do a next episode we'll do like the Revolution aftermath, and then we'll talk about everything that's happened in the past couple weeks on WWE on Raw and stuff. Cause happening tomorrow night is the return of John Cena, which should I knew he was gonna do that. Which should set up the match for him in theory. I mean, why in the hell else would he be coming back? You know, the perfect
Yeah.
time. So I feel like it sets it up perfectly. So next week, everybody, stay tuned. We are going to be doing a Revolution aftermath show, and also it'll be kind of just talking about because something's gonna happen tomorrow. I mean, it's obvious something's gonna happen. So stay tuned for that. I feel like it's just gonna. I feel like Cena's gonna come out and he's gonna be like, "Hey guys, I'm just here to say hi." And then Theory's music's gonna hit, and he's like, "Look, we know you're John Cena, but get out." And Cena's gonna be like, "Oh well, I'm John Cena. I could beat you." No, you can't. All right, let's fight then. And that's basically what's gonna happen. So yeah, or they could have it. Theory comes out, starts running his mouth, and he's like, "My time's now. I'm the best." And all of a sudden, you hear Cena's music hit, and yeah. Either way, though, I feel like it's gonna set it up tomorrow. There's no other reason he should return. Isn't it in Boston too? I think it's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So he's obviously gonna get a loud pop, yawn, um, and yeah, we'll kind of dive into all that next week because something's gonna happen, dude. I'm just waiting for it. Something's gonna happen. It's gonna set up some match. Um, but yeah, we appreciate everybody watching this episode. We'll take a much deeper dive into WWE next week when we got more time, and then we'll also take a dive into the Revolution aftermath. Make sure you go watch Revolution tonight. You can get it on Bleacher Report. That's what it'll be live on. It's going to be a great card, a really great card. I'm excited for it. The pre-show starts at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, and then main card starts at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, right with the 60-minute Iron Man match. So if you don't care about that match, then it starts at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern for you. But we should watch that match. It's going to be a good match. Bryan Danielson's going to walk out as a new champion. And I saw what Bryan Danielson said. He said he wants to go on first so he can go to bed early. Hey man, no hate on Bryan Danielson, man. No hate on Bryan Danielson. I agree with you. Um, but yeah, go watch that. It's gonna be a great pay per view, and make sure you go watch Monday Night Raw tomorrow as well for the John Cena return. Something's gonna happen. And then go watch NXT, go watch Dynamite, go watch Impact, and Ring of Honor episode 2. Go watch episode 1 if you haven't. Go watch our Backyard Clash on Thursday. It's gonna be great. Go watch SmackDown, and then on
Watch
Saturday.
our new show tomorrow
Yeah,
also.
yeah. Go watch all of our new shows. We got a lot of stuff dropping this week, and then go watch us next week on Sunday on the podcast. We're breaking down Revolution, and we're going to be talking about what happened in WWE and some other stuff this week. But we appreciate you as always so much. Without y'all, there would be no us. So, any last word, fellas, before we get out of here?
Just the usual. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being avid advocate for us to spill our wrestling knowledge and love and fan fest. And as always, check us out and please support, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, Thank you as always. Always fun to hear from everybody and know what everyone thinks. Definitely go check out our promotions, Underground, Proving Ground, all the pay-per-view events we do and stuff. Let us know who your favorites are. Let us know who you want to see. Let us help us. Help us help you see who you want to see. So just get in the live chat, post in the comments. Let us know who your favorites are for sure.
Yeah, as always, fellas, we appreciate you watching us. Like I said, make sure you go watch Revolution tonight so you can watch our podcast next week, and then go watch all of our other stuff. But as always, and from everybody here at the Wrestling Society Network, we